Great news for crab lovers. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife is giving the green light to some commercial Dungeness crab fishing. Now, if it passes, Prop C will open up housing units to low-income San Francisco residents right here on this plot of land. But one of the questions is, BART riders understand overcrowding, but what are the safe capacities for BART trains? Alicia Mayo here at the first annual INBA Beauty and the Beast Natural Bodybuilding Championship, and I'm with one of the trainers, Alondra Chapman. Yes. They were absolutely beautiful. Alicia Mayo here in Hayward, California, reporting for Gator Sportsnet. Basketball, golf, tennis, roller skating. Yes, roller skating is a sport too. The cosmetics company CoverGirl is making history with his story. 17-year-old James Charles of New York is CoverGirl's first ever cover boy. Alicia Mayo here in the beautiful town of Pacifica, California. What could be more beautiful than the scenery around me? As the economy grows, so have charitable donations. Last year, we saw historic numbers for the second year in a row at an estimated $373 billion. Bodybuilding is not about steroids or extreme muscles anymore. The World Anti-Doping Agency is putting pressure on the sport to change. I'm with Brian Culberson here at the Brian Culberson Napa Valley Jazz Getaway. This is the 5th annual getaway, and it's another fabulous getaway that you... District 5 Supervisor London Breeze says her goal is to help as many residents as she can by connecting them to the resources that may help them in a very difficult search for affordable housing. Now, just 1 week after one of the country's most deadly fires, warehouse residents throughout the Bay Area are concerned that they'll now be added to the growing number of homeless. I'm Alicia Mayo here in the newsroom for State of Events. Back to you in the studio. Hello and welcome to this week's State of Events. I'm Alicia Mayo. Political pundits are calling it the biggest upset in United States history. Donald Trump will be president. Crab lovers, stay tuned. We have the latest on this year's crab season. Coming up, the Warriors beat the Suns. We have game day highlights up next. By approving Prop 64, California becomes the 5th state to legalize recreational marijuana. Some who are pro-legalization are concerned that when it comes to 64, the devil is in the details. State of Events' Abene Clayton has the story in this live report. The city of Berkeley made history by electing its first Latino mayor. Former city councilman Jesse Araguin won the popular vote in a tight race against 7 other opponents. Araguin was endorsed by Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. Araguin ran on the platform of change, saying that he wants to move Berkeley forward with a progressive future. Up next, the future of Bay Area cities and their soda beverages. Now, if it passes, Prop C will open up housing units to low-income San Francisco residents right here on this plot of land. But one of the questions is, who will qualify if Prop C is approved? A yes vote on Prop C moves $261 million from one housing need to another. New units will be built while older buildings receive rehabilitation. Devin Richardson, Director of Real Estate Development for the San Francisco Housing Development Corporation, describes how some residents will receive preference.
Years ago, got a certificate, and so if you were displaced or your family was displaced, you get first preference to move into any new rental or homeownership housing.
I asked Devin to explain what happens with current residents.
The current residents of the neighborhood have a preference to move in.
This current resident is weighing her options.
We'd probably have to leave San Francisco. I have family that lives up in the mountains, and it's sort of an idea in the background always that that's where we may end up.
If Prop C is approved in November, almost 1,000 housing units will be made available to San Francisco residents over the next 4 years. In San Francisco's Hayes Valley, I'm Alicia Mayo for State of Events. While some had their doubts about Raquel's success and ability, she had no doubt in her mind about what she wanted to do. But what makes Raquel want to even get into the ring and box?
I'm here because I can do whatever I want to do. I can be girly, I can wear pink, I can box, I can do whatever I want to do, and you guys can too. And so that's the point of Fight Like a Girl, is being able to fight at anything.
With a boxing name like Raquel Pretty Beast Miller, I have a feeling she knows her place is in the boxing ring.
It's just about being strong, feeling confident as a girl, to feel like you don't have to be so pretty and cute and you can't do something that they consider to be masculine, you know?
After fighting in more than 70 amateur bouts and only losing about 8 of those, she's very happy with her current professional success with 0 losses.
I've been boxing now for 7 years, and I had about 70 amateur fights, and on Saturday will be my 3rd professional fight.
In the meantime, Raquel is doing a little shopping around for a new belt, a title belt.
And coming up soon, I'm going to go for a world title. But when I first started boxing, they told me that I was a girl, I was too old, and that I didn't deserve to be in the ring. Out of 70 amateur fights, I've lost 8. So I've lost 8 of my amateur fights and 0 as a professional. I'm not going to keep it that way.
In San Francisco, I'm Alicia Mayo for Gator Sports Net.